All right, folks, so silver finally pulls back a little bit, and we're going to discuss why. You can see right now silver is sitting at $47, a little bit of a correction. We are going to discuss if this correction is going to keep correcting downwards, or are we going to, start pushing back up like it's been doing for a while now. First and foremost, thank you for tuning into your daily silver news. My name is Silver Slayer, and if you want the latest information on what's happening across the globe and how that affects the price of precious metals, make sure you click subscribe, click the bell, click all, so you get notified every time I post. I also want to share something very serious with you all real quick. I am in a custody battle for my daughter Zendaya. This has been going on for about a month now, maybe a little more. I've been keeping it quiet, but it's been the hardest time of my life. Some of you, my close friends like Andy Sheckman, knows what's going on, but it's messy and it's very expensive. So I made a GoFundMe. I did not want to pick a cheap lawyer. I wanted to pick the best of the best when it comes to my daughter, which I'm sure you would do the same. So if you would be kind enough to donate to the GoFundMe, help me out, I'd really appreciate it. I try to make videos and act like everything's fine, but honestly, it's not. So please, if you can, help, because I've already spent an insane amount of money on legal fees, and I'm realizing it's just not realistic, especially since it's looking like this is going to be a long process. So yeah, you could read the description and a little bit of what's happening in the GoFundMe. I will link it in the description. Okay, so gold and silver retreat from peaks as U.S. jobs data blackout extends uncertainty. So that's what's happening. More speculation, folks. Of course, you guys know I hate that S word, but I do still feel that silver will take on a life of its own, regardless of what people think this is, regardless of what the dollar index is doing, regardless of stock market volatility, regardless of jobs, regardless of even gold. Silver's going to do what it does, and prices won't be affected by this type of stuff. But unfortunately, it still is. So Let's see what's going on, though, exactly. So precious metals, long considered the ultimate safe haven in times of economic turmoil, are experiencing a significant retreat from their recently achieved record highs. This downturn is directly attributed to the prolonged blackout of official U.S. jobs data, a critical economic indicator caused by an ongoing government shutdown. While the initial reaction to the data vacuum saw gold and silver prices surge to unprecedented levels as investors flocked to safety, the extended period of uncertainty and the absence of clear economic signals have now triggered a wave of profit-taking and recalibration of market sentiment, leading to a notable decline from those peaks. People are taking some of those profits, which I guarantee they will regret later on. But it does make sense. We were due for some type of pullback, some type of correction, some type of dip. That's actually good. That's how prices can stabilize. Silver has just been going up, 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 which has scared me a little bit because there's no type of stability being built. So then when a correction does happen, if it is dramatic enough or drastic enough, it could crash substantially. So it's actually healthy for prices to correct a little bit. It should be a gradual approach, not just a straight line. So the data chasm, how a government shutdown rattled precious metals. The current market volatility stems from a protracted U.S. government shutdown, which has halted the operations of non-essential federal agencies, including the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This crucial agency is responsible for releasing the highly anticipated monthly jobs report, including non-farm payrolls, a cornerstone for assessing the health of the American economy and guiding the Federal Reserve's monetary policy decisions. The absence of this vital data has plunged financial markets into a state of heightened uncertainty. Initially, the market's reaction was a classic flight to safety, of course. As the shutdown commenced and the data blackout loomed, investors sought refuge in gold and silver, driving their prices to historic highs. And if you saw my video yesterday, that's what I was talking about. The government shut down. People were extremely worried, and rightfully so, flocked to precious metals. Gold, for instance, surged past $3,800 an ounce, nearing $3,900, while silver climbed to 14-year highs, approaching $48 an ounce. This initial rally was fueled by fears of economic instability, a weakening U.S. dollar, and reinforced expectations that the Federal Reserve would be compelled to cut interest rates to support an economy operating without clear data. Traders reportedly priced in very high chance of rate cut at upcoming Fed meetings. Now, this is going to continue, right? The initial rally was fueled by fears of economic instability. That's just a fact. We are so deep in the hole that there is no coming out of it. There's no climbing out of it. We need a complete reset, something drastic happening. But regardless, whether it's scenario A, B, C, D, or E, it's all bullish for precious metals. However, as the shutdown has lengthened and the data vacuum persisted, market dynamics have shifted. The initial safe haven premium began to erode, giving way to profit taking by investors who had capitalized on the earlier surge. Furthermore, the prolonged uncertainty itself, rather than solely driving safe haven demand, started to create a different kind of apprehension. Without official metrics, markets became increasingly reliant on alternative, often less comprehensive data sources like the ADP National Employment Report. Any signals from these alternative reports, or simply the growing realization of the economic drag caused by the shutdown, began to temper the bullish sentiment, leading to the current decline from record highs. So that's what's happening right now. There's a lot of other news that's going on. I guess we can also cover this one. This article also came out today. It's from financialexpress.com. Silver surges 60% in 2025, still short of record peaks. Just kind of talking about whether silver can hit $50 in October. Comment down below if you think silver can do this, or if it will, when it will, how it will. What's going to cause this. I think silver definitely has an opportunity to hit $50 by the end of the year. I don't want it to happen too fast, though. I do want these corrections to happen. I want prices to stabilize so they'll stay higher. You remember what Bitcoin did in 2016? It went from $800 to $16,000 within a couple of months. That's why when Bitcoin, when it crashed, it took years upon years upon years for it to recover. Extreme overbought territory. Prices didn't have any time to stabilize. We need that for silver to sit higher. So silver market has experienced a price increase over 46% in the past year, reaching levels not seen in over a decade. So silver reached all-time high of $48.70 in 2011, and January 17th, 1980, it was $49.95. It is interesting that both times it never hit 50. It's so close. And actually that's important to note, because that means $50 is an extreme psychological level, because if it would have been $51 before, then once it breaks 50, it still has that extra, one up. I know it sounds silly, but just like why Walmart, they will price things $19.99 instead of $20, because just seeing a 19 instead of a 20, 1 penny difference actually does affect the psyche of people. If people actually see silver at 5, they see the number 5, that in return, even at $49.99, makes a big difference. That's why they're called psychological levels. And if silver breaks 50, we would see 100 shortly after. Will it stay at 100? I don't know, but that is what would most likely happen, especially because that's all new price discovery. There is no resistance levels to hit on the way to 100. So here are some fresh triggers. This is what I want to talk about with this article. The fresh triggers for silver appear to be the U.S. government shutdown that's fueling safe haven demand for precious metals after lawmakers failed to reach temporary funding deals. U.S. Department of Interior, through the U.S. Geological Survey, suggested adding silver to USA's list of critical minerals. This change by itself predicted the increase in silver interest. According to reports, Saudi central bank and Russian government have shown increasingly higher interest in purchasing physical silver. Actually, Saudi Arabia bought 932,000 contracts of the SLV on the COMEX. 932,000 contracts recently. So as geopolitical tensions rise and U.S. government debt increases, investors perceive silver as undervalued relative to gold, potentially affecting its price. So yeah, there you have it, folks. There's obviously some other information. There's some other news going on, but I'll save that for another video. We're already about 10 minutes in, so I don't want to cram too much into one video. But yeah, if you guys wanted to purchase some of this shiny stuff, send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Slayer sent you. We do monthly giveaways over at the Secret Silver Society. We did our second annual giveaway, or the September giveaway. We did that yesterday. It was really fun. You know, I have like a big wheel where I add everyone's name in, and I click, you know, I push it and it's spinning around, and then, you know, it announces the winner with confetti. We do that at the end of every month. You pay $5 a month for a chance to win a $60 coin. The gentleman yesterday just won an American Eagle. So, you know, it's a $55, $60 coin. He only pays $5 a month. So it's something to always look forwards to. Also, folks, once again, I hate asking, and I wouldn't if I tried not to, but the amount of money this is going to, you know, this is going to cost to, you know, to have a fair fight, it's going to be pricey. I mean, my lawyer's $500 an hour. And this is going to take some time, so just do the math. So yeah, anyways, I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please donate to the GoFundMe if you're able to. If you're not able to, then don't. Just watching my videos helps. Liking the videos, commenting, subscribing. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys later today. Peace. From now on, every single month on the 31st, you have a chance to win silver, a continuous silver giveaway. Well, if you become a member of the Secret Silver Society on my Patreon, you have that opportunity. So every single month, you have something exciting to look forwards to, which would be winning silver. On top of that, you'll have access to a live chat room with other silver stackers where you can post pictures and chat, just hang out with everyone, and have early access to my videos along with supporting me. If this is something you'd like to do, then come join my Patreon. It's patreon.com/silverslayer. Upon joining, you'll be given a monthly raffle ticket and instant access to that chat room. Go introduce yourself. Everyone is super nice, and it's more personal and intimate than a YouTube comment section. Folks, I'm so excited to announce that I've partnered with American medical experts whose purpose is helping veterans get the medical benefits that they truly deserve. Over 17 million veterans aren't receiving their full benefits, and if this is you or someone you know, then act now. American medical experts are offering free consultations through our med team to see how we can help. The med team offers board-certified doctors who have experience working with the VA, comprehensive medical evidence for services like mental health as well. Some of these include your Nexus letter, your DBQs, your TDIUs, your AAs, and more. I want to personally thank American Medical Experts for helping veterans, but also giving me an opportunity to help veterans as well. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment to get a free consultation through our med team. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless.